Yoni Mac Show. We're going to recap Bulls, Mavs, and Bucks, Knicks, plus preview NBA and NFL weekend. Also, the newest edition of the Yoni and Mac debate. That's all right now on the Yoni and Mac Show.
Makes sense to you. Please tell me your problem isn't bigger than me. Yeah, what could I do? I'm looking straight forward up to heaven. Alright, I can't wait till the end.
From Studio 1.2, welcome to this November the 29th edition of the Yoni and Mac Show. I am Ryan Yanishotis. Brandon McGrath will actually be joining us via satellite today for one segment here today. Welcome to the Yoni and Mac Show. Let's get right into it and talk and recap last night. Bulls faced the Mavs from the United Center. I thought this game for the Bulls would have been an absolute blowout. The Bulls ended up winning 101-78. To my unknowing, Dirk Nowitzki hasn't been playing, and again, their main guy was Sean Marion last night, so they really had nothing going on, and it was a tough game overall for the Dallas Mavericks. They couldn't get anything going, but the Bulls win at 101-78. Luol Deng had 22 points. Marion had 18. Nate Robinson had 14. A good game overall by the Bulls. They felt that rhythm, and I think that's a game they can get the momentum up and keep going. They have a couple of games over the weekend, I believe. They have two, and I think, or they have one, and I think that's what's going to be big. Right now, I think this is a team that right now, like I continue to say, is trying to live without Derrick Rose. And they played very well last night. The rhythm was there. So if they continue this throughout till when he comes back, I think they should be fine. Again, the Mavericks did not have Dirk Nowitzki. You can't count this as a game and get all excited. They're going to be a playoff, go running deep into the playoffs right now. You cannot say that. It's just a win. They got it. Nonetheless, they win at 101-78 over the Mavs. Go over to the Bucks and Knicks. It was a game that I figured would happen. The Bucks got a great win Monday night at the United Center, but run into a very good New York Knicks team. Knicks won this one of a final of 102-88. Carmelo Anthony had 29 points. Steve Novak had 19. Brandon Jennings had 18. Good game overall, like I said, for the Knicks. Carmelo Anthony did what he needed to do, needed to show. Tyson Chandler as well. It was just a game overall where the Bucks knew they were overmatched. They have the talent. Again, Brandon Jennings in a losing effort, like I said, had 18 points. The Bucks are, like I said, they're going to be a bottom team, but I think they are going to make it to the playoffs this year. They face a team that's going to be higher up in the Eastern Conference, and I think they're going to definitely take advantage of the Bulls not having Derrick Rose for most of the season. They're playing well. They might even add some pieces, and they don't even have Amari Stoudemire back. This is a good contending team. I think this is the team to look out for. But they did what they needed to do and beat the Bucks. The Bucks, I think, is a little bit of a momentum, pretty much a drowner, if you think about a Debbie Downer, if you want to say, because of the fact that if you're coming off that great win, you thought they'd come in, their momentum would be great against that team, and they weren't. They lose that one of a final again of 102-88, and we'll be previewing this weekend in a minute. To watch all Yoni and Mac Show, search for our official YouTube page. Just type in the search box, Yoni and Mac Show. That is the Yoni and Mac Show on YouTube. And again, tomorrow's our final episode before Yakka with Yoni premieres on Monday. Now let's go. It is now time for the newest edition of the Yoni and Mac debate. And what this debate is about is Brandon's got to tell me why he deserves to keep his job. So right now, let's go to Brandon via satellite and say, Brandon, why do you deserve to be on the Yakka with Yoni show?
I deserve to stay on this show because I know a lot about sports. I'm a good presser. I can tell you what's going on. Me and Ryan have been, we're cousins, but we're like brothers. We always do things, we always, play sports together, we always go to events together, and I think why, because I'm very smart, I know what I'm talking about, I always wanted to do this, I always wanted to, I got into this, and I started doing this stuff, I started, doing this stuff, going on the show, to be popular. So I think I know what I'm doing. And I tell the facts. I just love going on the it every day. Talking about sports. And I think that it's gonna make me really think about. It's my dream job. I'm hoping, when I get older, to be a broadcaster. Up maybe for the NFL, NBA. And I really think that it'll really show me that I really deserve to be on the show. If you can, you guys please comment to tell you what I think. But like I said, man, I really deserve I really deserve to stay on the show, and I'm hoping that maybe I can one day start my own show.
Okay, now it's my turn to say why he doesn't, and the reason I think he doesn't is because, I mean, I think he don't put 100% focus into it. I know he's got a million different things going on, so I mean that is the tough thing. That's the reason why I don't think he deserves to be on it. He knows his sports. The other problem is, and I think everyone knows who watches this, is that he says you know a lot. He mumbles. There are problems with him and flaws that I think affected our show. But nonetheless, I think he knows his sports. He's more, when we talked a lot about national sports, that's when he had trouble. But when you talk about regional sports and local sports, that's what he likes, and that's what he knows a lot about. He just needs to know what to say, and I think he had some good shows. We had some good Yoni and Mac debates. He had some troubles on the show, but I think as the time went along, he got more accustomed to being in front of the camera, and he was able to do it. So I think there are reasons why he should stay, but the reasons that I didn't, I think he's not 100% focused. I don't think he's still in school. He can't put 100% focus on it. Once he's out of school, I think maybe he can put focus and say, hey, this is what I want to do. So that's the reason why I don't think he deserves to be on it. And I'll see. If your argument's better, we'll see what people say. Maybe we'll keep you around. He is going to be on every Friday on the local sports roundup. That is the newest edition of the Yoni and Mac debate. Every Friday on the Yoni and Mac Show, we'll have a topic that we do not agree on, and both of us will prove why we are right. That's Fridays only on the Yoni and Mac Show. That was the last debate. We will have, I'm not sure if we're going to have anything else, but Brandon will be in studio for his local sports roundup every week on the Yoni, or the Yakking with Yoni program. Now it's time to preview NBA weekend Friday. The Bucks will face the Wolves. I think that's going to be a big game for the Bucks. They need to go in there and play well. They're going to be facing a team that's really struggling. Don't look like they're going to have much to offer this year. So I think the Bucks can make a quick rebound against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I think they should be fine in that one, and they should get a rebound win. Saturday, Bulls Sixers, and then Bucks face the Celtics again. I think the Bulls know they can step up. That's a team that eliminated them from the playoffs last year. It ain't the same team. But I think, the Bulls know that it's going to be the same thing. They want a little bit of revenge. Evan Turner, Drew Holiday. They got young talent there. And I think the Bulls would like to get a little bit of momentum going on, like I continue to say. And I think what they need right there is to get a W. And they need a big win against the Sixers. So I think that's what they really need to do there. Again, they don't have Andre Iguodala anymore. They also might be in the middle of the pack battling with the Bucks for a seed. And then Bucks Celtics, this is already the third time they faced them. The Bucks have won one, Celtics have won one. I think this is another game. The Bucks have a telling week, and they're going to have a good game against, I think, the Wolves. But I think that Celtic game, when they're going to run into a wall. The Celtics just got into a brawl last night. Kevin Garnett, Chris Humphries of the Brooklyn Nets, the Rajon Rondo. So, I mean, they're having problems of their own. They're just trying to spike up that build, and I think the Bucks might be going in there at the perfect time to say, you know what, we're going to take a game and take 2 out of the first 3 games that we face. I believe they'll face one more after that. But that is the weekend, the preview of the weekend. Bucks Wolves on Friday, Bulls Sixers, Bucks Celtics on Saturday. So don't forget to be a part of that, or we'll be recapping those on Monday. Every Monday on the Yoni Mac Show, get your fill of entertainment, music, and movies with Katie's Corner, and she'll have it all. That's Mondays, only on the Yoni and Mac Show. She will have her debut of Katie's Corner with some entertainment purposes. A lot to do with the cast of the 2.5 Men and the drama going on there. That is all coming up Monday when she has the preview of her brand, or she'll have her first Katie's Corner of the Yakking with Yoni. So it's going to be very exciting. She's ready and excited for that. Okay, now let's preview NFL weekend. Vikings will be in Green Bay to take on the Packers. Vikings just lost to the Bears last week, and I think this is going to be a big game for the Packers. They need to prove that also that they can beat the Bears annihilated the Vikings. I think the Packers are going to do the same thing. Packers are a contender. They need to win this game because but the Bears facing the Seahawks, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I think they really need this game. They need and it's at home. I think they pretty much got it. I think they got it set. They know what they need to do, so I think they should be fine. And this should be a very good game for the Green Bay Packers to win and really get that momentum out there. So I'm going to say, I think big game for the Packers. They're at home. The only thing you got to stop is Jared Allen, but you got to be able to complete passes, no turnovers. For the Bears and the Seahawks right now are a struggling team as well, but Russell Wilson, a very good quarterback. Marshawn Lynch is their running back. They got what they're a young team. I think the Bears know that if they want to be a playoff contender, be taken seriously, you got to beat teams like this. So they got to go out there, play hard, play tough. That's exactly what they're going to do. I think it's going to be a big game for the Bears. Jay Cutler needs to be good. If the offensive line continues to do well like they did last week against Minnesota, should be a fine and very good game. And I think the Bears could win that one. So I think again, the Vikings at Packers, Seahawks at Bears. The Then both will be at Fox at noon. If you have the ticket, if you have DirecTV and live in Wisconsin, you'll get the Packer game, but you can get the Bears on the package. But nonetheless, the Bears should be a good weekend for both sports teams. Okay, do you want to know more about the crew? Write a question on our Facebook page. Your email is at YoniandMacShow@yahoo.com, and we'll have Ryan, Brandon, or Katie answered on the air. That is, to get to know the crew, and we'll also be open to that with our new show, premiering Monday. Speaking of that, Yakking with Yanni, we talked about segments yesterday. Everyone's wondering, well, what else are you going to talk about? What kind of sports teams are you going to talk about? Is it just going to be one state or that? I answer that in our new and final edition of the Yakking with Yanni promo. Let's take a look. Hi, everyone. Back here again one more time on the set of the Yoni and Mac Show, where also you'll be able to see Yakking with Yanni, which premieres this Monday, December the 3rd, right here on YouTube, uploaded at 6 p.m. I just wanted to say one final thing about the show. I've already told you about what we're going to be, what we're mainly everything going on. Also the segments. Now it's time for me to tell you what we're going to be talking about. And we're going to be covering all the bases in local sports. In baseball, we're going to cover Cubs, Sox, Brewers. NFL, we're going to cover Bears, Packers. And NBA, we're going to be covering Bulls and Bucks. Plus, if there's hockey, we're going to be covering the Chicago Blackhawks. I'm your guy that's going to be covering all the local sports, tell you what's going on, also the major sports, whether it's playoffs, and also the World Series, Super Bowl, NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Finals, the 4 major sports. You'll get all the information right here, and also all the local sports, when all the 4 major sports. So that's all coming up. Don't forget that premieres Monday, December the 3rd, this upcoming Monday, here on YouTube. And don't forget tomorrow to stay tuned for the logo unveiling and the sponsorship announcement. That is all tomorrow. And don't forget, once again, Monday for the debut of Yakking with Yanni. One guy, one show, enough said. Okay, that is Monday. Again, that premieres Yakking with Yanni. Going to be exciting, the premiere episode. Don't forget tomorrow, the logo and sponsorship unveiling. Brandon will be here. We'll be in Studio 1.2. Studio 1, we'll be back in on Monday for the premiere of Yakking with Yanni. Again, there's remodeling going on in there, so we haven't been able to be in there all week. Now it's time for Brandon's favorite part of the show, predictions. Brandon and I both picked Knicks over Bucks, so we went 1-1 there. I picked the Mavs, so I went 1-2. Brandon is 2-1 right now. Let's go over the weekend. Bucks and the Wolves. Brandon picks Bucks. I'm going to say Bucks as well. I'm going to go Bulls. And I'm going to go, well, actually, I'm only going to be doing the predictions here. I'm going to say Bucks over Wolves, Bulls over Sixers, Celtics over Bucks. And then for the NFL, I'm going to say Packers over Vikings, Bears over Seahawks. The reason I'm not doing Brandon is because when I talk about these on Monday, he will not be there. So I'm going to say Bucks, Bulls, Celtics, Packers, Bears. So that will be that. Of course, preview for tomorrow, we're going to have the recap of the best of the Yoni and Mac debate, also a couple other highlights, and me and Brandon will say our final farewells to our show. That is all tomorrow on the finale of Yoni and Mac Show before Yakking with Yanni premieres on Monday. That's what wraps up here for Brandon McGrath via for the Yoni and Mac debate. I'm Ryan Yanishada saying thank you for watching this presentation of the Yoni and Mac Show right here on YouTube.